So Battlefield came out and announced 5 new specialists today, along with an entire beta briefing overview, and we're just going to be going over that today. So right off the bat, let's go over the 5 new specialists. The first one is Navin Rao. He seems to be some sort of elite hacker man, and his ability is completely underwhelming when compared to the others, so we're not even going to really cover him. The next specialist is Santiago Dozer Espinoza, otherwise known as Mr. Riot Shield wielding explosive resisting Juggernaut Man, which DICE thought that was a fantastic thing to add to a video game. Honestly, in my opinion, remove this from the game. The playstyles that are going to arise from this are going to be absolutely unspeakably annoying, and yeah, I don't really support this. I think it's just going to be pretty annoying to deal with. The next specialist is Emma Sundance Rozier. She is a smart, explosive wingsuit-wielding maniac that apparently has homing vehicle lock-on grenades. That might be a massive problem, but the wingsuit looks really cool, so I have a feeling that a lot of people will probably play her. She looks pretty cool. The next specialist is Ju-Soo Pike, and this is the big controversy. She has wallhacks, essentially. In my opinion, you need to remove this from the game. And I'm gonna stick to my guns to that. You need to remove this from the game. This is ridiculous. And once again, the playstyles that are going to arise with something like this in the game are going to be otherworldly annoying. And I just don't think it's that healthy to have in the game. But the next specialist is Constantine Angel Angel from Romania. He basically calls in Battlefield 4 Commander supply crates where you can switch your loadout. So say if you're playing Medic, you can grab, Recon or something. That's how that worked in that game. So basically the same thing in this game. And that was about it for the specialist. I think 2 of those specialists provide absolutely insanely annoying challenges for Battlefield 2042. And I honestly do think they should completely omit that wall hack specialist from the game. That is just going to be so bad in my opinion. But DICE goes on in the beta overview post and hits us with a big list of things that they go over. The first thing that they mention is they increased the number of tanks. Everyone was asking for that, I'm sure. So they increased the number of tanks on orbital from 4 to 8. Wonderful, great. The second thing they mentioned is they made changes to movement. They added strafe input to sliding, so that's pretty cool. Maybe it'll be like Battlefield 5 slide. They also added the ability to vault on moving objects, which is kind of interesting. And they are quote-unquote toning down jump spamming, which wasn't in the game, so we'll see how much of an impact that has. I don't think it'll have much of an impact at all, because Drunksy actually replied to a recent tweet of mine and said the release game movement is essentially going to be pretty much very close to the beta movement, so we'll see how that holds up. Vehicle entry and exit animations are now shorter, with some being entirely removed, so that's really good. Elevators have been fixed so that you can see less funky behaviors, apparently. They go on in the rest of the post. There are paragraphs about performance, servers, the UI. There's a big thing about the comma rows. The comma rows looks interesting. I'm not really sure why they added so many options. There's like an entire separate menu of options you can select on this comma rows, and it looks a bit blocky, but whatever, maybe that satisfies a lot of people. But another thing they mentioned about the UI is that a lot of the features that are supposed to be in the main game were either disabled or non-functional in the beta. So we'll see how the UI functions in the full game. Hopefully it's a lot better. They seem to have made killing people and scoring opportunities look a bit better with the UI in the later build of the game. So in my opinion, it looks pretty good. I wish the kill feed was upper right, but maybe they'll add a UI option to where you can change the location of that. Another big portion of the UI is the plus system, and they actually give us a little clip here where you can actually customize what attachments you put in your plus system. This is really cool, but I think this also proposes massive balance problems, because I have a feeling there are going to be certain loadouts in this game that are just going to be able to do absolutely everything at all ranges all the time. So we'll see how that plays out, but I think this potentially makes balancing this game pretty much impossible. They also showed the new end of round screen that shows the player that got the most kills, maybe some players that got the most damage dealt to vehicles, sniper kills, all that stuff. I think the end screen looks actually pretty good, so that's a big improvement over Battlefield 5. One of the really sneaky things that they mentioned, and this should be one of the main things that they mentioned, is that they actually slowed down the time it takes for healing to start. Basically, they made health regen take longer, and I mean, they kind of snuck that in there, a little paragraph. That's a pretty important change, in my opinion. So, they say it's for you to work with your medics more, and I don't really know. See, this is where I take issue. They really don't play their own games, do they? Because medics don't heal you in Battlefield. Like, you have to be playing with people for them to really heal you. Like, a random pub medic is not going to heal you. I don't think that's ever happened in my playtime. So, forcing people to kind of rely on their teammates is kind of annoying, but whatever. We'll see how much that actually matters. You can still self-heal, obviously. So, more things they mentioned, something called IFF. It is apparently a term used to describe the approach they take to ensure that you can always and easily identify between friend and foe, and apparently they're trying to improve that. The IFF lighting is in the process of being further enhanced to enable enemies to more readily stand out on the battlefield, so they're trying to increase, visibility, I guess. We're also adjusting the tint that applies to enemy soldiers so that when you're inside of 10 meters, an icon is now present above the heads of enemy soldiers, and they're working to ensure that friendly icons will no longer be occluded through walls and stuff so you can see your teammates. There's a section for controller players here. They did buff console aim assist, which is potentially a gigantic problem, but to be fair, I did not find the aim assist to be a problem at all in the beta. But that being said, DICE tends to do extreme things. I think we all saw that with the TTK changes in Battlefield 5. So it depends on how strong they made the aim assist and what types of aim assist are in the game. Is there tracking aim assist? Is there snap aim assist? How strong is the slowdown? It's so many factors. We won't actually know how much this. We won't actually know if this is a problem or not until the game releases. If I had to guess, it probably won't be an issue. But it's always kind of scary when you see devs talking about this nowadays because they tend to go overboard. And the final thing they mention is cross-platform invites, so you can easily play with your friends from a console on PC or vice versa. So let me know what you guys think about all of these changes in the comment section down below. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you liked the video, hit the subscribe button. If you haven't come to my streams, twitch.tv/Anders daily streams, we are 21 days away from Battlefield 2042 releasing as of this video right now. So big Battlefield 5 uninstall stream on November 11th. You don't want to miss it. Follow me on Twitch. I will see you guys later.